All right. Now, if you love film, theater, and stories rooted in culture and heart, you're going to enjoy this very next conversation I'm going to have. She's from Columbus, Ohio, and she's right here in our studio, right here in Kanda. Actress and writer Tryphena is here. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. How was your trip here this morning? Hopefully it was good enough.
It was wonderful.
It was
been a wonderful trip.
Because across the country, there are still some places where the floods are worrying people and whatnot. So it's not an interesting experience. But we're glad to have you here.
Thank you.
So you're an actress, a writer, born, Columbus, Ohio. Were you the one, growing up who was performing for the family and stuff like that?
To an extent, I was. Growing up, my mother put me and my sisters in dance classes, and so that's kind of where the bug kind of caught me. And then from there in school, I was in plays, I was in shows. I always wanted to perform, and I was always singing and dancing around the house. So, that was me.
That was you.
That was me.
So was there any specific point, perhaps you're watching a movie, I don't know, like reading a story, something that was like for you, that was like, you know what, I want to do this, I can do this, I want to be an actress. Was there any deciding moment for you like that? What was that?
Well, there were a few things. Growing up in the U.S., there was a show called A-Man. Okay. I don't know if anyone knows that show, but there was a show called A-Man. It was like a classic show, and that's the first time I can remember, I think, seeing black people on TV in the U.S.
Okay.
And then, of course, we had The Cosby Show, and we had A Different World, and we had all those shows that were great examples.
A Different World. That was really a different world.
Yes.
Before SNL.
Yes.
It was a whole different world.
It was a different world. Yeah. And then, like I said, my mother put me in dance classes, so I was always dancing, doing dance concerts at church and doing plays at school. And then when I was in the 9th grade, I had the opportunity to travel to New York City for the first time. And during my trip there, it was a school trip, and we saw 2 Broadway shows. We saw 2 Broadway shows. We saw Les Mis, and we saw the Radio City Spectacular, the Christmas Spectacular at Radio City Music Hall. And watching Les Mis, I was like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what it's called, but I feel something and I like it and I want to do it. So that was
after the 9th grade.
9th grade,
Oh my goodness. The music in them and all that. But it's like a plethora of things that wanted you to do the arts and everything. Was there at any point where someone wanted to talk you out of it and you were like, no, I can do this?
No, actually, no. I'm very thankful that my parents never discouraged me. They never told me that I needed to, study something real in school or, get a real job or anything like that. I did find out later, though, that there were a few family members that were talking to my mom and kind of asking her, what is she doing? And but my mother I never knew that until I was an adult. I never knew that until I was older. So I'm very thankful that I was kind of shielded from those questions, because maybe those questions would have discouraged me. If you had it at the time,
maybe it would have discouraged you.
Yeah.
By the time you had it, you were fine.
I was fine.
You were okay.
Yeah.
But it is something as performers that they don't like to answer. But you've done, you've done stage, you've done film. So gun to your head, if you had to pick.
Wait.
I know the question. That's what I'm doing. Should I apologize? I'm doing this to you. Gun to your head, stage, film. Which one are you gonna go with?
Oh man! Wow.
Which one will win?
I think stage. I really love film. I think stage.
What is it about the stage?
I feel stage and film, 2 very different ways of putting the art out there. But when you're on stage, you get that immediate response from the audience. When you're doing a TV show or a movie, you're filming, and it may come out in a few months, it may come out in a year or more. And you kind of have to wait to see how people are going to respond to it. But when you're on stage, immediately if the story is getting across, if people are responding to certain things, you get that immediate response, that immediate information. It's immediate in the moment.
Life.
Yeah. And there's no going back. On film, if you mess up, you can cut and you can go back. That's not happening on stage. You got to figure it out.
But speaking about the live thrill of the stage, have you ever had any of those moments? Perhaps you are speaking a line or something. For some strange reason, you have your lines and all, but it's like you just black out, or maybe a mishap happens. The mic doesn't, work. A prop falls, or where you put a prop doesn't. Have you had any moments? How did you handle the situation?
Yeah, I've had quite a few of those moments. I have fallen on stage.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes, I have fallen on stage, and a cast member had to come scoop me up and help me up. Yeah, that's happened.
What happened?
Well, so this has actually happened a couple of times.
A couple of times. At this point, do we blame the stage? Or
it's all the stage's fault.
It's all the stage's.
It jumped up in front of me. I couldn't control it.
You never saw it coming.
I never saw it come. Where did it come from?
We believe you.
Yeah. No, there was a moment so I was in The Lion King for a long time, and there's a moment where we're all in the theater. We're singing in the theater, and we go up the stairs to get to the stage. And we have on these long dashikis, cloaks, everything is flowing fabric. And my foot got caught in the fabric as I'm walking up the stairs, and I just go down. And I'm trying to figure out, how do I untangle myself from my own clothing? And it wasn't working. And the cast member who was behind me just came and kind of scooped me up, and we kept going. So that has definitely happened. Yeah.
I'm smiling because I remember something earlier. It's not because of the story you are telling me. Because it's like when you're speaking about the liveness of stage, of theater, the fact that it's happening in real time, you can tell this is happening to you, and you can't do anything about it. You just keep going on with the show. So you mentioned Lion King?
Yes.
On Broadway?
Yes. Little show. I don't know if you may have heard of it. I don't know.
Lion King? Who here doesn't know about Simba and Nala and all that? How was that experience like? How long did you perhaps run it while you tell us about the Lion King experience while you were on Broadway?
Absolutely. Well, I was in the show for about 10 years.
10 years?
10 years. I was on the North American tour for 6 years. And then after that, I left the tour and I went to Broadway, and I was on Broadway for 4 years.
You make it sound so simple.
It's not simple.
Is it because you did it for 10 years? How many shows do you do perhaps a week?
Yeah.
When you're doing Broadway shows?
Yeah, we do 8 shows a week.
8 shows a week?
Yeah, that's standard.
Tryphena,
yeah. Around the holidays, it can be more though. You might get up to 10 before you have a day off.
Hold on. You say 8 a week?
Yeah.
Or if the holidays, you can go up to 10.
Yeah.
But, there are 7 days in the week.
That's true.
So
and we have a day off. So that leaves us 6 days to work with.
Oh my goodness. And that's 8 times, 10 times.
Yeah.
Wow, it sounds grueling.
Yeah, it can be very grueling.
But it's quite rewarding.
It is very rewarding, but it is very grueling. It is all encompassing. It takes over your entire life.
Yeah. Is that one aspect you're not really certain of? The fact that it takes over your life? Well,
when you are going to do a show, a play, or a show on Broadway or anything like that, you're prepared for that fact. You know that that's going to happen. So you're in your mind, you're knowing this is about to take over my life, and you just kind of mentally prepare yourself to have no life.
You have no life. I'm going to mentally put you on the spot very, very soon, where you just think a bit of which character did you play? You see the shock?
Yes.
That's why I'm mentally preparing you before we get there. You just sing a snippet of perhaps the character you played in The Lion King.
Well, the character I played was Sarabi, the queen. She actually didn't have any songs.
I want to get away from this. But you just sing something for us, so people get an opportunity to see the kind of total performer that you are. But we've spoken a bit about theater. We've spoken about the live thrill, getting the feedback right from the audience. What's something film gives you that theater doesn't?
Oh, well, you stretch the muscle in a very different way, the acting muscle. Theater, because the theater is so big, sometimes, very large, you have to play to the back of the house, and the person who's all the way in the back of the theater has to get the same show as much as possible as the person who's at the front of the theater. But when it comes to TV and film, you can you can draw yourself in a little bit more. Everything can be a little bit, smaller or more nuanced, because the camera is just right there.
Close, right there.
So close.
It can pick everything.
Absolutely.
Like a microscope.
Absolutely. So the slightest hint of a movement, the camera will pick up, even if the thought changes, even if your face doesn't shift in a way that is obvious. The shift in thought, the camera will pick up something new. Absolutely.
And you can get people will pause moments and be like, this is when she decided that.
Absolutely.
This was a bad idea.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, perhaps, what's the hardest scene you've ever had to shoot, perhaps theater or film, like emotionally, or you have one?
Emotionally, the hardest scene?
Yeah, hardest scene for you. Perhaps emotionally, physically. I don't know whichever one.
Wow. Well, I'll do this. I have one that is emotional and physical.
Okay.
So this was actually a play. I was doing a production of The Trojan Women, and I have this huge monologue. I was playing Cassandra, and I have this huge, 3-page monologue where I just rant and rave, and I get beat up and thrown against the fence, and I get blood all over my face, and then someone picks me up and throws me over their shoulder and takes me back. So I would say both emotionally and physically, that was pretty tough.
That was demanding. Wow.
Yeah.
Was that something you had to do once, or you had to keep doing over and over?
Over and over. Right. Yeah. Over and over. Every night.
Every night.
Every show, yeah.
How long did you run that one? Please don't say 10 years.
No. That one just maybe a couple months, I think.
Yeah. Because being thrown again, being beaten, I know it's all choreographed and everything, but it can take a toll.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a bit of some of your videos and whatnot, and then we'll return to the conversation.
Okay.
But you're still watching GTV Breakfast.
What's going on, sweetheart? I didn't catch that.
I said bury me, Zippy.
I don't like doing laundry either.
Why did God choose me?
He chose you to deliver his people.
Aaron could have delivered them. He's the one everyone likes. God chose the wrong brother.
I don't agree with that.
Just bury me, Zippy. I'm useless.
Okay. You and Aaron are very different. Aaron is enthusiastic and outgoing and better at communicating.
You're not helping.
But you are wise. And you are passionate. And you care what God wants for his people, even when it's not what they want for themselves. It is easy to be popular. It is harder to lead.
You always say the right things. But just for once, I would love to see what popular is like.
Well, in this part of the camp, you are very popular.
You got sand in your mouth, didn't you?
Just a little bit.
Keep burying me.
So this is one of the trending series on YouTube that Tryphena is a part of. It's called The Promised Land. Even the title alone is quite epic. Yeah. You know. So tell us about the character you play and then how the shoot was like for you.
Yeah. So I play Zipporah, the wife of Moses. And so the premise of The Promised Land is this is the story of Exodus. So it is the children of Israel coming out of the Red Sea into the desert. That's where the story begins. And it's a comedy, so it's very lighthearted. I mean, it does stay true to the text, but, you know, we add in comedic bits.
Those nuances and all
absolutely, that. Absolutely. So I play Zipporah, Moses' wife, and it's a lot of fun. This character is a lot of fun to play. Yeah. She's very jovial. She's very chipper. But she always has a little nugget of wisdom to impart, and that's what I love about her, is that she's a very lighthearted character, but that doesn't mean that nothing is going on for her. You know, she's considering what's happening, she's thinking about it, and she is able to kind of have Moses' ear in a way that no one else does, and so I really love that about her. Yeah.
You know, playing a biblical character in a perhaps a comic way, you know, just even though you're staying true to the text, was that were you worried perhaps how people perceive it when it comes out?
Not really, honestly. I wasn't, because again, we are staying true to the text, and where there is space to add a little nuance, we do. But I think the way it is written is so respectful of the text, even though it is comedy. And also, you know, if you just kind of think about the situation, you know, a man has a stick and he hits a rock and water comes out. Like, come on, you gotta. There are a lot of jokes in there, you know.
In Ghana, we'll say, "How can you tell me this story?" That's what. That's what we say. Where did you shoot, by the way? This series.
Yeah. So, the pilot episode we shot in Carlsbad, New Mexico, and then season 1 we shot in Utah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I take it season 2 is coming out.
Season 2 is coming soon. We actually shot season 2 in Morocco.
Ooh.
Yeah, in the middle of the Sahara Desert. It's very real.
It's like, just to stay true to the moment and everything. It's like filming there sounds kind of daunting. Is that, or you enjoy it? Was it like a vacation or work, or was both?
It's a little bit of both.
Okay.
It's a little bit of both, but the work is also grueling. Theater is 8 shows a week. Film is 12 hours a day. You are on set 12 hours a day. Sometimes you get there before the sun comes up and you leave after the sun has gone down. So it is a long day.
Yeah.
Also, what's interesting about filming TV and film is that you don't often film things in sequence.
Oh, true.
So if you watch an episode of The Promised Land, we didn't shoot that episode from beginning to end.
Yeah.
You kind of, it depends on the location and the actors that you need. And just the situation that's happening, so that can be a difficult part to kind of locate where you are emotionally in the story when it's out of context,
Well, I've had experience with that. So it's like we are shooting a living room scene.
Yeah.
Every scene in the living room. Wherever it is in the script, we are going to shoot it right here. So it's like you have to find, sometimes you are happy, then you just switch emotions.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But time is fast running out. So a young girl is watching TV this morning, and they are watching you, and they are like, you know what? I want to grow up and be Tryphena away. Like, what kind of advice do you have for them? Will you give to this little girl?
Oh, I would say find yourself. I would say know yourself, and as much as you can, look at someone else and be inspired by them. Don't pedestalize anyone, because everybody is a human being. Don't put anyone higher than yourself. You're an actor, someone else is an actor. You're both doing the work. That might be farther along than you, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're better than you, or that you can't get to that level. You can use them as an example, use them as inspiration, but really know yourself and know your own art. So that when it's time for you to shine, you can shine, and you're not trying to be someone else.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I couldn't have said it any better. So if people want to follow your work and all that, whatever is coming up next for you, where can they find you?
I would say Instagram is the best place to go. I kind of dump everything there. So you can find me on Instagram. Tryphena_Wade is my handle. And I have a YouTube channel and everything, but all of those links will be on my Instagram page.
Instagram as well. So I hope you enjoyed your stay in Ghana.
I did. I love Ghana.
So wait, when are you leaving?
Today, actually.
Thank you for coming through this morning.
Thank you so much.
We really appreciate it and wishing you all the best for whatever is coming up next.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
When everything comes up, when you come back to Ghana, then you will come back. Right?
I will. Oh, very soon, I hope.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. And folks, that's our show for this morning. Yes, but before we go, these are your round lottery results for today, which are 62, 51, 27, 36, and 65. The winning numbers again are 62, 62, 51, okay, yes, 51, 27, 27, 36, 36, and 65, 65. Yes, speaking to Tryphena this morning, it feels like I've won the lottery. I hope you listening to us too, it feels like you have as well. Anyway, that's our show for this morning. May the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. All right, my name is Jay Garbrah. See you tomorrow morning, 555. We're out.